Welcome WrestlingFigs.com. Tim Ash here with none other than Daniel Bryan. Daniel, how you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful.
Now, this is Comic-Con 2012. You've never been here before, is that correct?
Never been here.
What do you think?
I mean, it's incredible. I mean, you look at all these people walking around. I mean, a lot of them dressed up in cool costumes. I mean, it's a lot of fun.
Now, are you a comic book fan as well?
Yeah, I like comic books.
So what's your favorite out there?
So I like a Jill Thompson comic called Beasts of Burden. I mean, I'm a big animal lover, obviously,
okay. Yep.
And it follows around dogs, and it's cool.
That's kinda cool. Is she here, do you know?
She is here. I don't know if she's actually in this area. I don't know, like, she had texted me earlier. She's actually the one who designs my gear. So
okay,
my
cool.
action figure, this design.
The older one?
Yeah, Jill Thompson designed this.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
She did the Yes to for the new one?
No. She actually designed this awesome Yes shirt that actually has me doing this is the Y in the Yes thing. And she just made it for herself, for me, and my girlfriend. So
that's very cool, very cool. Yeah. Now, you're here and you see the geeks and the freaks of Comic-Con, and then you see wrestling fans, and they came out today. I mean, they were here to support you, Arn, Alicia. I mean, what is that experience like? I mean, being from the indie circuit that you were on for a long time, Ring of Honor, those things, and now being in WWE, I mean, how's that transition for you?
I mean, it's been interesting and strange because as an independent wrestler, you never do stuff like this,
right.
like on this scale. Like, I've done signings with just as many people as that, but the problem is, not the problem, the interesting thing is you're in a gymnasium, a high school gymnasium somewhere, and so it's
or VFW club.
Right, yeah. So I mean, it's just it's different. The spectrum of the number of people that you're actually wrestling in front of is different, but I mean, other than that, it's getting in the ring and wrestling. So
now back to what I was saying about the independent circuit that you were talking about. I mean, it seems like 2012 and 2011 and forward has been the scene of the independent circuit. You, Punk, other organizations are having champions come up that have been coming through there. Yeah, Austin Aries, Double A, A double. So, I mean, what do you think about that? Is there going to be a bigger growth now that the independent circuit is starting to be recognized more?
I don't know. It's interesting because it seems to me like when I've talked to some of my friends who are still in the independents, that there's actually less places to work. And I mean, that's one of the hard things about anything. You know, cycles go up and down, and that they talk about the cycle in wrestling of things becoming popular and unpopular. I don't believe in the cycles of popularity and unpopularity, but I do believe in the cycles of, okay, so if you have all this talent on the independent circuit and people like it and people are drawn to it, and then all of a sudden you take that talent and you put it in WWE and TNA, all of a sudden the people that are there, it's not that they're not as good, but they're just not as popular. Right. And so the independents aren't as popular. Maybe it's harder for them to make money, and with the economy the way it is, I mean, it's just, I think it's right now it's very hard for independent wrestlers to make a living.
But now you're seeing independent wrestlers become champions in major organizations, and that's a cool factor. Is that not correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible that me and CM Punk are going to be at the main event of Money in the Bank wrestling for the WWE title. Austin Aries, I think he's the TNA champion.
He just became it, right?
He just became the TNA champion. And I mean, we're guys, you know, for example, me, I've always been bland, and you know, Austin Aries has always been too short. But do you know what? He's entertaining as can be, you know, and CM Punk has always, you know, oh, he doesn't have the right look or the right body or whatever. Do you know what? It doesn't matter. CM Punk's cool, and he has more personality than just about anybody in the company. So it's pretty cool to see.
Now, having yourself in an action figure, what does that mean to you? Because, you know, a lot of guys have said it is an epitome of where I wanted to be. That's one of the goals I wanted to reach. How do you feel about having yourself an action figure?
It's interesting because it makes me, like, when I was a kid, somebody who had an action figure was like, man, this guy's like amazing. He's got an action figure. And now it kind of makes me think less of people with action figures. It doesn't make me think that I'm this awesome dude. It makes me think, well, Batman's not so cool, right? Action figure doesn't seem that hard to get.
So this should be a no.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's actually really cool, but it's surreal too. Like to go to Target and see something like that, and like people are buying this. Kids are coming here and buying this, and I mean, to me, that's just surreal that anybody would want something like that, a likeness of me, and they would pay however much, $12, $15, you know, something like that. For me, it's crazy.
Or they can pick them up at, you know, Ringside Collectibles, you know, too.
Yeah, they can pick them up at Ringside Collectibles. And yeah, I wish people would let me know when new action figures are coming out, because I never. This one is with the Sin Cara action figure,
Yeah, I think so.
And literally somebody came up to me. This was a couple weeks ago, and was like, "Hey, can you sign this for me?" It was me and Sin Cara in the 2-pack, and I was like, "Oh, sweet, is this new?" And he's like, "No, it's been out at least a month. Didn't you know?" And I was like, "No, nobody tells me anything." So,
Well, speaking of Money in the Bank, and you and CM Punk, you got like a little bit of a dilemma going on. You got AJ there, and you just proposed to her. She said no. You know, I mean, what's going on? Well,
no,
okay, well, per se, but
Per se.
you know, what's going to happen this coming Sunday? Are you going to take the title?
I mean, I should take the title. I mean, by all accounts, I'm the best wrestler ever, and so I should be WWE champion. But yeah, we'll see. I don't think anybody knows what's gonna happen.
So on the back of your yes shirt, are you just going to put best wrestler ever instead of best in the world like somebody else has?
Gosh, no. Somebody said something. Somebody said GOAT standing for something. It was like, oh, greatest of all time.
Oh, okay.
So like, because CM Punk was calling me Goat Face, so GOAT stands for greatest of all time, and so I'm just like, yeah. So some fan at Comic-Con just came up with that, and I'm going to use it. So
Good, put it on the back of the shirt.
if I can remember what it is, I just don't sit there thinking, GOAT, what does that mean?
So where do you go from here after Money in the Bank? If you win the title, if you don't win the title, the championship, where do you go from here? Are you going to set your eyes on somebody else besides Punk, or what are we looking for future?
I mean, you never know what's going to happen, but I mean, in an ideal world, I've wrestled a lot of the guys in WWE, and the one guy I've never really gotten in there with is Cena, and I think that there's definitely something there, and John Cena as a SummerSlam opponent would be really cool and fun for me.
Wow,
so,
that'd be really cool.
Yeah, so, but who knows? You never know what's going to happen.
Well, everybody's been inviting for WrestleMania 29 against The Undertaker. Would you like to throw your name in that hat?
No, not really. I know what that means. And
You might break the streak?
yeah, no, and not that I wouldn't want to wrestle The Undertaker. I mean, that would be awesome, but I feel like that probably wouldn't be my place on the show. I would actually, for WrestleMania 29, I'd love to wrestle Brock Lesnar, but I don't see that happening either. So, but I think that would just be a very cool, interesting mix of styles, and would be a match unlike anything ever seen in WWE. Right. So
you would definitely be the underdog in that one. Is that correct?
Yes, definitely.
And you always root for the underdog, right?
Yep, always.
Well, I appreciate your time. I know that you've got a lot of things to do here. I know you want to go try and see if she's here and walk around Comic-Con, but thank you and good luck this Sunday.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll be back with more from Comic-Con 2012.